Well, hello and welcome back to the diaries. It has been a hot minute. Ooh, child, it's been a hot minute. Let me see if I can pump. Oh, I done spilled my Hennessy. Take two. Oh shit, I spilled my Hennessy. Welcome back to the diaries. It has been a while, and that was with intention a little bit. You know, it's hard because as much as I love doing the diaries for myself and my own growth and to like reflect on my own journey, sometimes I really get caught up with life and I'm like, damn, I need to like reflect and talk about what I've been experiencing, talk about, oh, y'all already know the flow, time out, pajamas and mid-glam, okay? I was taking a nap. I just put on a little bit of lip gloss and I said, let me come in, because I had some things on my mind. I have a lot of things on my mind today. I got a lot of gossip for you today. Okay, so I've taken a few steps back away from the diaries only because I was living life and it had nothing to do with anything that was like so turbulent and so bad. But I was just like living life and going through my experiences and trying to understand them, and in the midst of it happening to me, so live and direct, right? And now that I've gone through that sector of tribulations, if you will, I'm here to reflect. So what's up, diaries? How y'all doing? What's good? What's shaking? What's cracking? What's goody? So here I am, right? So let's talk, let's chat. Tonight, normally I sip water. I've been drinking Herbalife for most of the diary, so you guys saw my weight loss journey. Tonight I'm drinking Hennessy and lemonade. Judge your own mother. Don't judge me, okay? But tonight it's a Hennessy night, and I'm going to tell you why it's a Hennessy night. I just got off of the phone with my cousin. Shout out to her, my cousin Candace. She's literally like my soul sister. I think we were just separated at birth, you know, long story short. But we experienced a lot of the same trials at the same time, and because we're both Libras and that astrology thing and the zodiac thing and a lot of things that people don't believe in, spirituality, we do. We believe in that shit, okay? And I'm not trying to convert you. I'm not trying to make you believe. I'm just telling you that that's my kindred sister and we go through a lot of the same shit. Nevertheless, we got off the phone and we're literally going through the same process of dating after, you know, such heartbreak, such detrimental heartbreak, because we dealt with a lot. I can't speak for her personally, but I'm going to speak on my journey. You guys have you guys had front row seats to my journey from day one, when I was on this journey with my freaking snot and crying and my headscarf tied tight because my son's father left the home and it was a mess. And here we are years later and I haven't got like reciprocity. You know, my last diary was a healthy closure and I had to watch it because I was like, I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon. Since then, things have not been great between that sector in my life. And I hate to harp on it, but I want to just be real and be honest for those people who watch me and who look for guidance within some of the things that I say. You're going to have multiple inconsistencies in your life. The one thing that you can do is be consistent in your growth process, okay? And be consistent in your faith, because that will constantly be tested, especially when you have to co-parent with someone who's not as compliant, not as foregoing, not as hands-on, and not consistent in those practices within themselves to translate into your children. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate that I'm here months later having this conversation with you guys over some Hennessy. You know, that's why I'm drinking Hennessy, okay? But I'm here, and my flaw in it all was because I set my expectation to a certain place thinking that there was going to be growth and there was going to be a new standard for where we were headed as a team. And unfortunately, that didn't even last within maybe 40 minutes after that diary. Okay? Let's just keep it G over here. And this ain't a bash. It's never a bash. Like I said, I know a lot of women, even men, watch the diaries to see not only my progress, but to see how it reflects on them, because it's a relatable situation. And I go through a lot of relatable things that I chat about on here. So I'm just being honest. So with that being said, it didn't take a toll on me, because spiritually I was like, well, TT, you knew. So it was more or less, okay, sis, like, now that you know, you've been new, let's just keep doing what you got to do. At this point in my life, I am only here, and I say this a lot, for positive additions, especially when it's around my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't play when it comes to my Cayenne. A lot of y'all know I don't play when it comes to my Cayenne at all. And when there is inconsistencies that now trickle down and affect your children, it's heartbreaking, because it's like you as a mother, as somebody who separated themselves from that toxic, let's say toxic, okay, situation, you have to heal yourself. And you guys saw that journey from me, that I was like, okay, I'm healing and I'm healed, and now I'm here and I'm dating and I'm doing this and I'm traveling, I'm doing that, and I'm da-da-da-da-da, and life is going great, and framed by TT. So I did my healing, but it's really hard to revert back to like that bitch, you know what I'm saying? When you're constantly being tested and you see now your children are being directly affected. And it's harder as they get older, because the more that they get older, or as they grow rather, the more they understand, the more that they're receptive to. Cayenne is an amazing source of light. And I say that, my kid is not perfect, nor am I. But he's the best thing that has ever happened to me, because he made me reflect on myself in ways that I could have never saw me doing without him. I'm going to say that. The hardest part about parenting, single parenting, I'm going to say, is not what you go through. It's not only what you go through with your children's father, children's mother. It is the explanation through your kids, because our children is a makeup of my DNA, their DNA. Okay? So experiencing a lot of the things, such as communication. Now, Cayenne is a boy, and of course kids want to be kids, and they don't want to chit chat about feelings and verbalizing confidence and exuding excellence when you speak. They don't want to talk about those things. That Cayenne doesn't want to. He want to care about Stephen Curry, the bull, and this and that, and get it out the way. He's a very A and B kid. But those things are important, because how I speak to Cayenne is how he's going to be able to translate his messages throughout the world. As much as he's this little basketball junkie, that's great. But what are you going to say at the press conference? Are you going to be shutting down and this, you know, and it's beyond basketball. For me, it's how you translate your messages to the world so that people understand who you are. Not only understand who you are, but respect who you are. And for me as a parent, that's key. People are able to be ignited by the things that you say. For me personally, I could die tomorrow. I ain't trying to, but I could. But I know that I left leaving an impact. Do you understand? And for me, that's important. Now, that may not be Cayenne's journey. It may not. But that's fine, as long as he's able to translate his messages, articulate what he's trying to say, and be respectful. How you talk to your kids is so important. We as parents and as our culture, okay, our African American culture, we get so nasty, we get so hostile at the glimpse of failure, at things that are unfamiliar, And I've mentioned this before as far as being afraid of the unknown. You know, I think we all have that, which is fine. But at the end of the day, you're not going to press on your fears onto somebody else because you are not, you know, secure enough to go through within that journey yourself to be able to be like, no, okay, I went through that, this is how we can handle that, and let me explain it to you. I'm not gonna bark on you and beef on you. Certain things at a certain age is necessary, and you have to understand your kids. You have to understand your kids. So with that being said, Cayenne is doing really well. It's hard for me because he's at a point now where he's conjuring his own feelings about his dad, and all I could do is just be receptive to listening and be a positive force to just keep motivating him to just be an outstanding black man in this world, because there are lack thereof. And I'm not saying that there aren't any, I'm saying that there lack thereof. Now let's talk about the black man. Skirt! Henny. This ain't no black man bash, by the way, because I literally love the black man. Ain't nothing more beautiful than the black man. Understand me? I don't know where we go wrong as black women, and I'm not going to pin it on us, because at the end of the day, everybody has to do their individual fucking work. You got me cursing. Okay? If you don't do the individual internal work, kiss your life goodbye, because at the end of the day, you're just living on the surface and you're not reaching the root. So your roots that are supposed to be grounded are really minutes from tipping. You know what I'm saying? It's like jokes to me. Yes, the internal work is hard as fuck. The hardest thing to do is search your goddamn soul and see where you have come flawed. Okay, not only search it, but to press the reset button to work on that shit. It's hard as fuck, and you guys have seen my journey. I am super flawed. I say this in every diary because I want you to know that I don't think that I'm perfect. Far beyond. But what I am is someone who reflects internally, so I could be like, okay, Nazi, that wasn't it. You got to be better. You got to grind like this. You got to work like that. Shine like this. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, seriously though, there's a part of you that should want to dig deep. And I find myself meeting black men who I find attractive, who find me attractive, but haven't done the work. I am tired of you niggas, and I hate to come on here and say the N-word, but that's what you present yourself as, because that's what they see you as when you don't do the work. When you do the work, okay, you are able to see what people can see before they even see you. So when they step to you, they gotta step correct. There's a standard that's already set. You understand what I'm saying? I went out with Candace, my cousin, last weekend. Little shindig, whatever the case is. Beautiful, I mean beautiful black men everywhere. I was like, ooh, he's cute. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Beautiful black men everywhere. Skirt. Problem, okay? Nobody was like, how you doing? My name is so-and-so. People were telling me what my body looked like. I know what my body looks like. I know what my butt looks like. I know what my waist looks like. I know what the bundles are looking like. You don't have to tell me. I know what you see. And I get that you're flattered. But for me, brother, that is not a form of flattery. Articulation, a man who's able to articulate himself. Now that might, you know what I mean? Now that might get you some. I can't, it was man after man. Let me get your Instagram. What? My Instagram? What is you gonna see on my Instagram? Some pictures you looking at me in the flesh. You know, nobody wants to date. I had one guy tell me that he don't do dates because it's too much money. But he was jiggy, okay? Cooled you down to the socks. So, again, I'm just reflecting what is going on. And I don't know, because it's about to be summertime, so I don't know if you know what I mean, the fuck boys is out, because I know they come out around Mid-May, once it stop raining, I'm saying early June. It's about the season for the fuck boys. And I get that. That's cool. Those are the people those are the brothers who will never do the work. They go and just scheme and scam and try to get their way to the top. That however they see fit. You know, that ain't my type. Not my type, okay? I did a whole diary about like dating and things that I like, and you know, and I guess all in vain, really, just to talk to you guys and tell you about my personal stuff. I literally, the first thing I do is, hi, how are you? My name is Tanisha. And I don't know if it's the businesswoman in me. What I am realizing is that men are very struck by that. Like, oh, the guy said, let me ask you a question. So here I am entertaining the bullshit. Yeah, sure. I want to take you out. Can I take you out to eat? You don't know my name. You don't know my number. You know where I stay at. You like, how are we going to get to a place that, and I don't blame them solely. It's you bitches that don't have any standard. I'm saying bitches, and I hate to call women bitches, but that's what it's come to, because I and a lot of other females are now serving the repercussions of you not setting a standard for these whack ass dudes. I'm not going to deal with Tyrone coming up to me asking me some bullshit or just admiring me for my body. I didn't pay for this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pay for this. This is all God made, and I'm blessed. But I'm so far beyond my body. Do you know how many books I've read? Do you know that every morning I wake up, I go running, and after I go, well, it's warm outside. After I go running, I sit on the beach with a book and just read. Do you know that life is more to me than Instagram, and I make sure that I meditate at very least an hour a day, just because social media is so fucking toxic. And for me, I have to decompress because my job consists of marketing via social media. It's a lot of consumption of negativity that's on social media that I have to decompress from as a business owner, as a woman who's secure. I just don't want to be involved in that shit. So if I am on social media and I'm kiki, and the next 3 days you don't see me, it's because I'm decompressing because there was some toxic shit on there. I am so sick of it. Like, I'm so sick, and I'm not just talking about social media, but I'm sick of people not going deep, reaching deep in that gut, reaching deep in that soul. People think money make you. People think fame will make you. People celebritize you because you got 80,000 followers on it. One guy told me, I got about 500,000 followers. Bruh, what the fuck does that mean to me? I don't give a fuck about who's following you. I don't give a shit. Like, and it's crazy how we equate our internal success to what other people view us as. And that's why I said it's so important to go deep, because you will see what they will see before they come to you. So none of that shit you're fazed by. That's why it's important for brothers, sisters, cause everybody to go deep. And I can only sit here and encourage you to do so, because for me, that's why I'm able to sit here and give you the raw. This is so unfiltered for me, and I do this now because I feel like I want to be a voice of reason, and I really want to be a sense of guidance and light. And I say that all the time, but I really mean what I say. Like, really walk it like I talk it. You know what I'm saying? I went through some shit in the last, I don't know, how long you been diary? 4 years? 2013? Maybe 5 years. Something like that. Something like that. About 4 or 5 years. I went through some shit. I done lost it the fuck all. You know, things that I thought that was worth it, that were my morale, that made me feel good, wasn't shit. When I tell you I was stripped down to the socks, things that you're not gonna put on social media, things that you're not gonna post, things that'll humble your fucking ass real fucking quick. God will snatch you by your collar and tell you to sit down. You understand me? Those are the things that matter when you're searching internally. And unfortunately, not everybody's going to take that journey with you. And that's okay. Cut them off, because they ain't meant to ride out with you, and that's alright. They could be your aces. They could be your spades. They could be everything that you thought you were at that point in your life. But now you have evolved Okay, and they're not going to be there with you, and that we have to learn as well, because a lot of times we hold on to people because they stroke our ego, or we're afraid again of walking into the unknown alone. Boy, who came in this world by yourself? You stupid. You understand what I'm saying? Do the work. Do the work. I myself had severe daddy issues because I was raised in a single family home. It was detrimental to how I dated, who I chose as my son's father. You understand what I'm trying to say? No shade, but I'm keeping it all the way G. It was so detrimental for me to take a step back and heal those wounds with my dad, so that that man could be the first black man that has not only deceived me but loved me the right way, because now we have evolved together. That's how important things are in your life. It's important to dig that deep so that we can get a clearer understanding of where we are going together. If we're going to get there together, we have to learn to evolve together. We have to learn to communicate. Communication is key. I didn't speak to my dad for a long time. I wasn't posting that on social media. Come on. But it was imperative. So now that I'm a 30 going on 32-year-old woman, then I'm like, wow, my dad and I have come full circle. He literally treats me like an entire queen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Entire queen. I never felt that. I've never been taken care of by no man. And God deemed fit to say, you know what, T? It's time for you to be taken care of by the one who you're supposed to get taken care of before anybody else gets access to that heart. That's what I'm talking about, digging deep. Not only that, but it translates down into my son and his relationship with my son. So now that my son is able to go out and translate those messages in the world and see how woman, okay, is supposed to be treated by a man. Those things are important. And if we don't do the work, then we're settling for these fuckboys who are saying, yo, man, let me get your Instagram. Enough. And they have a problem with me because the fuckboys hate me, which is fine, because I ain't really trying to, I got my fuckboy repellent sturdy, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm not looking to be one of their wives. I'm looking to be a wife to a black man who is loyal, who has dug deep and done the work, build our empire, because we both about to be bosses, you know what I'm saying? And as much as I hate the word boss, we gonna rule this shit. I personally cannot commit to anybody who hasn't done the work. And I don't know how much I can stress this, but I'm gonna know that you didn't do the work because I've done the work. So you can have this facade, and it doesn't have to be fuckboy. It could be Prince Charming, if you will, whatever you want to call it. But, and you know, it's so funny how they reel you in, ladies. Be mindful. They reel you in really, really well. They listen to you, they assess you, and then they take in for the kill when they start to use your vulnerabilities against you because you haven't done the work. And it's only to prevent you from seeing how they haven't done the work. You got the right bitch today, okay? You the right bitch every day. There's no way. Yes, the work is hard. Yes, it's ugly. Yes, you're gonna want to, you know, not talk about things if you've had maternal issues, paternal issues, communication issues, commitment issues. We've all suffered from plenty of shit. Put it on the table, deal with it before you get to a woman like me, so you don't lose a woman like me, because I am somebody that somebody prayed for. Say it out for people in the back. No, I'm serious though. Because I've done my work, my value is so much higher than the woman who hasn't and will settle for the Instagram exchange and the whole, yeah, you don't gotta know her name, but you asking her to eat. She's okay with the okie doke. That's cool. You can get after her. They ain't got nothing to do with moi though. Can't bring that shit over here though. Go do the work. Go do your homework. Go do your homework. You understand what I'm saying? And even if you haven't unpacked all of the things that you need to internally, a strong woman will assist you in that journey if you're committed to it, as well as a strong man. Now, I ain't gonna commit to anything as far as taking on the responsibilities of doing the work for you or even prompting you to do the work. But if I see you're committed to your own journey, my God, brother, thank you, Jesus, for sending him, because Now we could, evolve together. And that is how I am in business. That is how I am in my personal life. That is even how I am in my parenting style. For those who do watch me on social media and are familiar with my relationship with my son, I am such an easygoing parent, like easygoing, but I don't play about certain things. Don't play about school. Don't play about them books. I don't play about no disrespect. And I damn sure don't play about no room being dirty. Okay? You have to clean up behind yourself. That's a whole nother diary. Needless to say. These are things that an 8-year-old should be unpacking. You know what I'm saying? So that when he's 16, we ain't unpacking that. When he's 35, we ain't unpacking that. So you need to be unpacking your kids as much as you are working on and unpacking yourself and digging together collectively. I cannot wait to marry the man of my dreams. And he doesn't have to be perfect, but he's got to do the work before he even thinks about stepping to me. And for me, that's a standard, because I have done the work before I even met him. And it wasn't because I was going to meet him. It was because I wanted to be a better woman for me, for my son, for my life, for my sister, for the people who watch me, for my peers, for my parents. It matters to heal certain relationships, to make amends with certain things. Sometimes you're not going to get closure from situations, and you have to be your own closure. You have to conjure that up in your mind, what closure is, and you have to be content with, you know what? That wasn't for me. God said, that ain't for you, sis. So let's get to moving. Let's unpack that. Now that you settled, let's get to moving. And that's, that's for me so key. So key. I just want to end this with saying, Black men, I, Tanisha Middleton, adore you. Absolutely adore what you mean for our culture, how imperative you are to our children, how important you are to being the leader in our relationships. But I'm going to need y'all to do the work. I'm going to need y'all to get to that place so that we can keep praising y'all. Do you understand? And let's just be great. Let's be great. I apologize if this comes off very harsh in a rant. No, I don't. But I just politically correct, when I apologize if you feel offended. If you feel offended, then that means you got work to do. Straight up. That I ain't judging you. Not at all. I'm just telling you, go ahead and do the work. Go ahead and ask God to help you do that work. So, with that being said, I hope that we all are living, digging deep so we can live a fruit-filled life. Do you understand? We're loving, we're laughing, and we better pray, because praying is what's going to keep our faith and allow us to unpack these unhealthy internal things and know that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. So, with love, always, Tanisha. Until next time, guys.